channel, everybody. My name is Arabiamiyari, and that's mi.yari, like mi.yari. So yeah, this is my channel where we talk about everything and we do everything, and I don't have a specific one thing that I do because I am extra and I do everything. So yeah, but as you see by the title below, we're going to be talking about why I dropped out of college my senior year. So yes, I did drop out of college my senior year, and I didn't go to a university at first. So when I graduated high school, I was excited and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, I knew I wanted to do exercise because I was into fitness and I did a lot of sports, but I really didn't know like what I wanted to do. So my route was exercise science, and with exercise science you have different other routes. So you have PT, OT, AT, and just a whole general thing. So, and I went to a community college first. I didn't go straight to a university because that was just too much money, and I feel like if I can get the same education at a community college and get my what's it called, and get some of my FAFSA back, then I'm all for it. I was working full-time. Well, I wasn't working full-time, I was working part-time, and you know, as you get older you get more and more bills. I was a student where I work part-time and went to school, so I barely had a life. And when I got up to my junior year, that's when I went to a university. So I've gotten into a university. I was so excited, and it took me one time to get into that. So I was excited about that, starting a new adventure, and I was so ready and so excited. But mind you, when I was in community college, I felt like I just learned so much stuff that I really didn't need to learn, and I really didn't think that it went along with my career. And 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. It's just your general ed that you need. But my general education I had to get in high school already, so they was like, oh, it wasn't on a college level, so you had to take it on a college level. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I took that. That made everything more stressful because it's like, okay, I'm not really learning what I'm supposed to be learning. And yeah, my mom did tell me to make sure that I am taking the classes that I'm supposed to take, and I was doing that. Like, I was making sure I was taking the classes, but some classes that the college required, the community college required me to take, I had to take. Like, it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, I just had to take it if it didn't go in my program or not. So when I got to the university, I was happy, excited. When I first got there, I did not start off with my major classes for my first semester. I started off with 4 classes. At this point, I'm so sick of school. I've been in school for 5 years because I didn't drop out until 2019. And I went into school and I went to college in 2015. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, so I was in college for 5 years. And then it got to a point where I was working full-time. I had a new job and making more money than I've ever thought I would ever make. And so, you know, I was doing that job full-time. I was going to school full-time, and at this time I'm actually in my major. I'm not gonna lie, 2 of my classes I failed. One I had an F in, one I had a D in, because at this point I was just like so over it. Like, when you don't have passion for something anymore, you just over it, you don't want to do anything. And so I was in my senior year when I dropped out, and I was to the point where I had to look for interns. So I did talk to people that had, because I wanted to, at this time I didn't want to be a personal trainer no more. I wanted to be an exercise science person. So exercise science person is somebody who's prescribed exercise for somebody because they need exercise prescription. And all I do is, you know, prescribe you certain exercise that you may need to get you to a point that the doctor considered healthy to put you on medicine or whatever. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to prescribe people exercise. And so my senior year, getting ready to find internships, I had to take classes that dealt with exercise. No, I had to take exercise prescription. That was one of my classes. I feel like I needed that class. But I also had to take pharmacology. Yes, I had to take pharmacology. Now, to me, if I'm prescribing you exercise and I'm taking pharmacology, it's like, yeah, okay, I need to be aware of the medicines that you're taking. But, you know, that's what I'm going to be aware of when you fill out the application in the PARCU, so I can know your history and stuff, your background, and so I can know what workouts, what exercise I can prescribe you and which exercise I can't. And you write down all your medication. I'm going to Google that. I'm not going to sit here and just remember all the medicines and their side effects and all that other stuff, because let's be realistic, who wouldn't Google that? Like, yeah, no. So failed that class, and then my first class that I took with my major, I failed that class too. And that was because that was solely my fault, because I didn't study like I was supposed to study. And like I said, I started a new job, and that's when I was full-time student, full-time work, and I would only get like 3-4 hours of sleep, wake up, go to school, go to work. And I was tired of that. I got depression, and you know, I wanted to travel more. I wanted to spend time with friends and family. Like, I just felt like I didn't have no life, and like school just took up my life to where I was just going into a depression. I'm like, you know what, I don't love this anymore. I don't feel like I'm learning what I'm supposed to be learning. And when I was talking to people that's like a physical therapist, well, not a physical therapist, but a personal trainer that has their own gym or whatever, they make more than people with my bachelor's degree. And so I was just like, that's crazy, because you a personal trainer, the only thing you have is a certificate, a certification. So a certification and somebody with a master's degree, and you make more than somebody's with a master's degree, and you have your own business and you're doing well for yourself, like, that's amazing. And then it had me thinking about my job, and then I'm like, okay, well, when I get out of college, I'm gonna be making, okay, so when I get out of college, and with me being a personal trainer, I'll make about $12-13. And I'm just like, at my job now, I'm making $12-13. Well, I'm making more now. So it's like, well, once I graduate in a year or two, I'm gonna get another raise, and like, I will be making more than the money that I'm getting out of when I come out of school with a bachelor's degree. So I'm just like, I'm gonna drop out. I'm going to travel because I love traveling. College is always gonna be there. And to me, I feel like I wasted so much of my time, because in reality, I did love working out, and I do love helping people and helping people get fit. But it was just the certain, like, having a certification in that field will do me best, I feel, because it'll help me get back into the motion. But like, school has drugged me down so bad to the point where I don't want to work out. And that sounds bad, but I just don't love it no more. Like, I just don't love it. And at the end of the day, I'm a business person. Like, I'm a business savvy person. So, you know, I have a business already, working on that, and then working on my other business. I have 3 in all, but I'm working on 2 at the same time. But it's just me being an entrepreneur, me working for myself, that is what resonates with me better. That is what I feel is best for me. And you know, I just want to enjoy life, love life, because I felt like I was wasting my 20s away with education. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with education or furthering your education, but for me, I just felt like dropping out my senior year will open up doors for me, because I don't want to be depressed. I want to travel. I want to spend more time with my family and friends and doing what young adults do. I don't want to keep waking up, going to sleep for like 2-3 hours, going to school, going to work. And I've been doing that for like 4 years straight. Well, 5 years straight. So like it gets tiring. It gets like yeah, it gets overwhelming, and I just did not want to be in that depressive state no more. And I really wanted to focus on my business that I have, getting it up and running. And that is where my passion is at. Like, that is where I see everything happening, everything flourishing. And you know, having 3 is a lot, but working with 1 at a time, just perfecting 1 and just doing the other, you know, you're doing good. You're doing good. So for me, I felt like college wasn't all the way pointless. It was, but it wasn't all the way pointless, because it actually helped me realize what I want out of life and what is my main purpose in life, as into being an entrepreneur and helping people in a different way without giving away what I'm doing. But you know, workout will always, you know, staying in shape and working out and helping people get fit will always be a part of my life some kind of way. But for right now, I just feel like school has ruined that to me. And so like every time somebody may mention working out or, you know, doing something healthy for the body, I just stray away from it, because I just think about school. And I know that sounds like dumb, but it's just, school stressed me out so much, learning about so much. And the fact that I went through all of that, and somebody, it's not even one person, but people with certifications telling me that they make this much money with a certification because they have a social media platform and they doing their business, and you know, they getting the ball running, and they make more than somebody with a master's degree that been in school for 8 years. That should tell you something. Like, that should really tell you something. So that is the real reason why I dropped out of school my senior year. So I'll sum it up in a nutshell, basically, so I can just focus on my mental health, and so I can just travel the world more, spend time with my family and friends, and work on my businesses and getting them up off the ground, which will be pretty soon. So excited. And it also helped me realize like what I actually want out of life, and that's being an entrepreneur. Now, will I ever go back to school to be learn about business or whatever? No, that's what they have YouTube for. That's what they have books for. I'd rather read a book than spend money for my professors to teach me something that I can read out the book. So yeah, I won't be going back to school for entrepreneurship or business savvy stuff, because you know, we got the internet, the whole world can learn stuff off of YouTube, reading books. If you read books, I read books. So yeah, but other than that, that is my college dropout story. And you know, comment down below if college is for you, if you graduated, if you love college. And also comment below if you dropped out of school and you actually ended up doing something else that's gonna made you more money, or that is making you more money than you ever would have when you had a bachelor's degree. So with that being said, I am mi.yari, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, push the notification bell so you can know when I upload. I upload weekly. Well, I'm trying to do weekly content for you guys. So I upload weekly. Follow me on all of my social medias in the description below, and I will see you guys in my next video.